Coco Chanel. Her last name might remind you of the famous store Chanel, but what it reminds me of is how she changed the fashion industry for all women around the world. Her goal was to make clothing much more comfortable than the corsets she and other women had to wear. She is known for creating fashion items such as the Chanel suit, the little black dress, her quilted purse, and her most famous Chanel No. 5 perfume. First, let me introduce you to Coco Chanel. Gabrielle Bonheur Chanel, also known as Coco Chanel, was born on August 19, 1883 in Saumur, France. Her life took a turn when her mother died and she was sent to an orphanage since her dad couldn't handle Coco and her sisters. This might seem bad, but it was at the orphanage where Coco learned how to sew from her nuns, and like that, everything changed for Coco Chanel. She sewed because she could not wear corsets anymore. This shows that restrictive clothing made her want to make more comfortable clothing. Horses and horseback riding also influenced her to make more comfortable clothing. Coco refused to ride the side saddle, so she decided to change the fashion world for horseback riders also. In fact, she changed equestrian fashion by designing riding breeches for women based on the style typically worn by men. Coco Chanel was influenced by what she loved and by how she felt. She decided to pursue her dream and left school at the age of 18. Her journey started when she became a seamstress and started singing at a cafe to support herself financially. After singing one of the songs, she got the nickname Coco, so now most people know her as Coco Chanel and not Gabrielle Chanel. She became a seamstress in 1902 and soon became very skilled. In 1910, she opened her first hat and clothes store. Her dream became a reality to the point that she ruled the Parisian haute couture as the designer of exclusive fashions for 6 decades. Coco Chanel is famous for creating very famous and iconic pieces such as the Chanel suit and the little black dress. The Chanel tweed suit was introduced in 1925 at a small show in a salon called Rue de Cambon in Paris. It was originally named the tweed suit because of the fabric used called tweed. This fabric was comfy and silky, and that was why the suit became famous. The suit also became famous because it allowed greater freedom for the body the suit was in, unlike the corsets. The suit was a big part of Chanel's career since it made her goal of making clothes more comfortable and allowing greater freedom come true. The little black dress is also part of what made Coco Chanel famous. It came out in 1926 and became famous since then. It is still held as an icon of design today. Coco made the same dress in different designs. It was famous for the same reasons as the Chanel suit, but also because it was accessible for women of all social classes. It is a symbol of class, business, and elegance. Vogue called it Chanel's Ford because the Ford Model T was simple, affordable, and accessible for all social classes, just like the dress. The Chanel suit and the little black dress made Coco Chanel stand out because of how different and unique the pieces were than other clothing. Moving on from clothes, Coco Chanel also made the iconic Chanel No. 5 perfume and the 2.55 bag, also known as one of the Chanel flat bags. The Chanel No. 5 perfume came out in 1921 and soon became known as the first complex perfume worldwide. It is now still very famous, and there are about 10 million bottles sold every year. It was unique because it used over 80 ingredients and a multi-layer process. Coco Chanel not only stood out because of her clothes, but also because of her perfume that was unique and different from any other perfume. The 2.55 bag, also known as what was one of the Chanel flat bags, was designed in 1920 but launched after World War II in 1955. It was named the 2.55 bag because of the date it was released, February 1955. The 2 stands for February and 55 stands for the year. It was designed with a secret storage for love letters, and that is why the bag stood out. The original idea for the love letter pocket came from a rumor that Coco Chanel stored her love letters in her original bag. Coco Chanel's habits helped her make new designs and share her habits with other people. Her career ended when she died on January 10, 1971 at the age of 87. Coco Chanel aimed to make women's clothing more comfortable but still stylish. She introduced the iconic fashion items such as the Chanel suit, the little black dress, her quilted purse, and perfumes. If you really think about it, Coco Chanel was not only a fashion designer, but a person who changed the fashion world for all women.